Shout at the stars and dance in the fire. Remember what you told me, it's a crazy life.
So I had this great idea about how I was gonna walk through the airport and talk about everything. It didn't go as planned. Anyways.
So when you get tired of losing your mind, remember what you told me, it's a crazy life. Yep.
118 days ago, I started my first semester at Michigan State University. I participated in my first pop-up shop. To be honest, this didn't go as planned. I spent the last half of my August and the first half of my September only to sell 4 of the 15 or so that I had prepared. So I wasn't impressed with the outcome, but I know that every at-bat can't be a home run. I accepted this failure and pushed onwards. Next, I ran a half marathon. This was a stepping stone to another goal that I had set for myself that we'll come to a little bit later in the video. This half marathon was a last minute event that happened to fit perfectly into my training plan. It was a trail race. It was the coolest thing I've ever run. Next, I went to New York City completely by myself. I had an ad pop up in my email one day during recitation on Friday at 8 a.m. labeled New York City trip. About 20 days later, I was boarding a plane at 6 a.m. to LaGuardia. This trip to New York was a stepping stone for me. It was the first trip that I'd ever taken by myself. I stayed in a hotel room alone and wandered the streets of New York for 4 days. I saw Central Park, Times Square, St. Patrick's Cathedral, Grand Central Station, the Washington Monument, the Statue of Liberty, the Friends Apartment, the Flatiron Building, Rockefeller Center, the World Trade Center, the 9/11 Memorial, the Chrysler Building, the Empire State Building, Madison Square Garden, and the Brooklyn Bridge, and learned how to use the subway system. Next, I launched my website, Presley Made. I have been working on putting a website together for the past year and a half. This semester, I finally bit the bullet and bought a Shopify membership. I created my own website. I use this as a learning experience, and I didn't let perfectionism ruin this process. It didn't need to be perfect. I simply just gave myself the goal of publishing the website. It needed to get done. Next, I painted a jacket for Coach Mel Tucker. This DM rocked my Tuesday. This was the goal that I didn't really think was possible. Everyone was telling me, you should reach out to Coach Tucker, or you should try to do this, and I felt like all these people were unattainable clients. This kind of changed my outlook on all of that after he messaged me seeing my post. Number 6, I ran a marathon. I signed up in February after reading the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving by Mark Manson. Highly recommend the book. It helped me reframe my thinking about myself. I was riding a wave of inspiration that I got after I finished the book, and on May 23rd, I registered for the Detroit Free Press Marathon. On June 26th, I began my training block and was put to the test on October 16th. The marathon taught me to set goals that seem unattainable and see what happens. 7, I went to Toronto. This wasn't a life-changing experience. Caleb and I went to a formal. It was awesome. It was my first time going to Canada. Number 8, I painted. It's not flashy, it's not exciting. It seems stupid to make it on the list. However, my job teaches me a new lesson every single day, so it has to make it on the list. 9, which is why I'm in Boca Raton, I got a job with Celsius. Bree sent me the link one day, so I went out on a limb. I said, what's the worst that could happen? I didn't work for him before, so if I still don't work for him after, I'm not losing anything. Right now, I'm in Florida for the conference as a representative. It's crazy. And as far as my honorable mention list goes, I celebrated George, Sarah, Maddie, Catherine.
You made this?
I made that.
Get out of the way. Take a picture.
What can I have?
And my parents' birthdays. I went to a Pitbull concert, went to a Sean Kingston concert, killed silverfish bugs, scared Sarah. I went to a Red Wings game, saw Bill Burr. I learned how to golf, I went to a wedding, and I skipped class to go hunting on opening day.
In case you don't know where you go, I go. Maybe it's psycho. I don't give a fight. Shout at the stars and dance in the fire. Remember what you told me, it's a crazy life.
Those are the 9 things that I did during my first semester at MSU.